Welcome to Sunday School for Sunday, April 12, 2026. For our junior high students ages 12 to 14, I do not own the rights to this music. Today's lesson scripture is coming out of Luke chapter 7, verses 36 through 50. The title of today's story, Forgive and Live On. Micah was enjoying his class trip. The Central High freshmen were touring 3 historical Black universities in order to get a glimpse into the life of a college student and learn more about their African American heritage. They even got to hear Michelle Obama speak at Tuskegee University. However, the trip was also very eye-opening. The students learned a lot about the history of slavery in the United States, including the brutal conditions that the enslaved worked under. Micah was shocked by some of the things he learned and did a lot of thinking about his heritage during the rest of the trip. When Micah came home, his mother asked how the trip was. Micah told her about all the exciting parts, including seeing Michelle Obama, but then stopped. "What's wrong?" his mother asked. "It's all the things I learned about slavery on the trip. I knew it was bad, but to find out all the details, to be in some of the same places, it's hard to wrap my mind around." His mother smiled and put her arm around him. Prejudice was very real then, and it's still very real today. One of the greatest things about us, though, is that we are a people who excel despite great adversity. It's not easy, but we try to forgive and move on. When you forgive, you can live. The memory verse, "Wherefore I say unto thee, her sins which are many are forgiven, for she loved much, but to whom little is forgiven, the same loveth little," from Luke chapter 7, verse 47. Our lesson scripture, Luke chapter 7, verses 36 through 50. "And one of the Pharisees desired him that he would eat with him. And he went into the Pharisee's house and sat down to meat. And behold, a woman in the city, which was a sinner, when she knew that Jesus sat at meat in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster box of ointment, and stood at his feet behind him, weeping, and began to wash his feet with tears, and did wipe them with the hairs of her head, and kissed his feet, and anointed them with the ointment. Now when the Pharisee which had bidden him saw it, he spake within himself, saying, This man, if he were a prophet, would have known who and what manner of woman this is that toucheth him, for she is a sinner. And Jesus answering said unto him, Simon, I have somewhat to say unto thee. And he saith, Master, say on. There was a certain creditor which had 2 debtors. The one owed 500 pence, and the other 50. And when they had nothing to pay, he frankly forgave them both. Tell me therefore, which of them will love him most? Simon answered and said, I suppose that he, to whom he forgave most. And he said unto him, Thou hast rightly judged. And he turned to the woman and said unto Simon, Seest thou this woman? I entered into thy house. Thou gavest me no water for my feet, but she hath washed my feet with tears, and wiped them with the hairs of her head. Thou gavest me no kiss, but this woman, since the time I came in, have not ceased to kiss my feet. My head with oil thou didst not anoint, but this woman hath anointed my feet with ointment. Wherefore I say unto thee, her sins which are many are forgiven. For she loved much, but to whom little is forgiven, the same loveth little. And he said unto her, Thy sins are forgiven. And they that sat at meat with him began to say within themselves, Who is this that forgiveth sins also? And he said to the woman, Thy faith hath saved thee. Go in peace. A reversal of shame. Peter asked Jesus a very important question: how many times he should forgive a person. Jesus gave Peter a number that was symbolic of endless and repeated forgiveness, 70 times. 7. The message is that God has forgiven us repeatedly, so we must do the same. Forgiveness cleans the soul and frees the spirit. Forgiving means to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone who has offended you in any way. How to forgive. Number one, forgive without limits. Number two, forgive everyone regardless of how difficult it could be. Number three, forgive to free your soul and have peace. Number four, forgive for a fresh start. The forgiven forgives. Number one, break into two groups. Number two, in your group, prepare two lists, those you need to forgive and those you have forgiven. Number three, afterward, pray together asking God for guidance in this process. Fresh start. Sometimes people are remorseful to the point of tears about something they did or said that was offensive to hurt another. Where can they turn for help? Jesus' response to a sinful woman provided forgiveness and peace because she loved him so much. Micah had a wonderful experience during his trip to three historically black universities, and to hear the First Lady speak, he learned a lot about African American history, as well as forgiveness. Do you think that you achieve a level of freedom when you forgive? I forgive. Write a letter to yourself recalling the steps on how to forgive. Be sure to include the name of the person who offended you and how you were offended. Read the letter and then take the first steps to freedom by writing at the end of the letter as a response, I forgive you. Say it out loud. The end. God bless you and thank you for joining me today.